Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, it's Easter morning and our rain event is finally over. I knew it was over yesterday when the wind blew all day. That's how it always works here. We get spring rain and then we get the blow after the rain. So it's early morning and this is my favorite time and the sun's just coming over the hill, so I thought we'd take a little walk around and I'll show you some trees. So let's check it out. So these are my rhododendrons that I made from cuttings about 3 years ago. If you've ever tried to root rhododendrons, you know they're very difficult. These took about 6 months to root. And now this is 3 years in with them. And we'll have some beautiful flowers on them this spring. They've got buds all over them. So the sun is just coming over the hill. And here's one of my favorite forest plantings. These are balsa firs. This one's doing really nice. This one spent a lot of time out this winter. These trees are extremely tough. Definitely one of the most prolific trees around here. And this planting. We were right down to freezing this morning. But now with the sun, we're gonna warm fast today. This one's a mulberry. I've got quite a few 3-year-old cuttings of mulberry now that are gonna go into pots. Also a very slow plant to develop. Here's my 2 best cotoneasters. These were in the basement over the winter. But the rest of all these trees right here, they stayed right here all winter. And have done just fine. The more I get into this, I'm realizing that the native trees, even in a shallow box, they can stay out all winter and they do just fine. They're just made for cold. The cold doesn't hurt them at all. So here's my honeysuckle that stayed out all winter. And it does have beautiful buds on it. Also a really tough plant. I'm really liking the honeysuckle in the concrete pots. They're going to be awesome product. This tree is getting its groove on. I came close to killing this tree when I first collected it, only because it was in an area in the greenhouse that was hard to water, and I didn't water it much. But it stayed right here all winter in this little box. And now it's getting its groove on. So this is a forest of red spruce in this wooden box. This was a salvaged wooden box from a barn here from the old days for carrying vegetables and stuff. These trees stayed right here all winter and are doing wonderful. So I love this time of day when the the sun's just starting to stream in. And we're getting up to do it again. There's my little lady. Smiling at the sun. This is the first sun in 5 days. So we'll all be smiling at the sun today. For those of you wondering what kind of rooting powder I'm using, this is what it is. I got it from Amazon. I bought a bunch of it a couple of years ago. It's been working good. This little tree is the tree that's on my channel emblem. It's done really nice. Gets a little extra attention because it's the channel emblem tree. So here's the new spruce forest. I had to get it in yesterday because we had the blow all day. Wouldn't want this one out in the wind now. It'll have to be protected from wind, or it would rearrange them for me till they get some feed on them. So these are my two Hinoki cypress. These guys stayed in an open greenhouse all winter and were frozen a lot. They do really well in the cold. I did end up selling the one that I made in the video for the market. It was bought for a lady's birthday and she loves it now. They are awesome trees. I haven't been able to get one to root yet. They're extremely hard to propagate. So I just took all these fig cuttings a couple of days ago because my figs were just scraping the plastic up here. And what happened to them last year is we had one spell where it got 15 below 0 Fahrenheit, and it really set these figs back, and it made them come out late, and then it only had time for about half of the fruits to ripen. So we got to watch all this fruit just freeze, and it was a bummer. But it didn't happen this winter. It never got that cold, and I'm expecting them to come out earlier and set fruit earlier, so we should have a better year with them. So this red spruce here is in this pot. This is the actual pot that I made in my first concrete pot video. Thanks everyone for watching. That one's over 40,000 views now. I can't believe it. But this pot is done really well. It's been frozen many times. Here's one of my favorite red spruces. This is the one that we nicknamed the ballet dancer. Cats are enjoying the sun. Everybody will enjoy the sun today. It's been 5 days of doom and gloom. The dark shadows weather, we call it. But it's what makes everything happen here. So here's a tamarack that that I had wired really early when it was young. I love the shape of this one. It was in an open greenhouse. I just brought it in here, so none of the buds have broken on it yet. Some of my other tamaracks in here are already breaking bud. So this is the birch tree that earned its concrete pot in that video. It's a really nice one. And the buds are just turning green. Won't be long now. So these two forest plantings have done really nice. These guys were out in the snow a lot. They're all balsa firs. And this one stayed out a lot too in the snow. The red spruce have done really well outside. So this is one that got recently repotted. It's a red Japanese maple that came from Canadian Tire. It's a grafted tree, but the graft is looking pretty nice on it. It had I chopped off the top of it. It was about 2 feet taller than this. I'm trying to root all those cuttings. Here's an interesting red spruce. This one will be a good one to get into a pot, maybe this summer. So all the Almer maples are coming out. This is the one I think I'm gonna keep of my clump styles. Where I had the string on them, they're just starting to swell, and eventually I think all that's gonna go away. It's a wonderful time of day here when the sun's getting higher and higher and pumps up the heat in these houses really fast. So here's one of the tamaracks that's breaking out. This one was right here all winter, and this one. Both really nice trees. This is the best wild maple that I ever found around here. It's got a beautiful trunk. I have quite a few of these wild maples that are looking really nice. Here's this little tamarack in my Tokonami pot. That one was a junk store find. I'd like to find about 100 of those. So here's one of the birch trees that was collected really early. About 3 years this one's been in this pot, and it's just starting to get some white on it. They're all going to turn white. This one's got a beautiful shape. And here's one of the best white pines I ever found around here. Haven't done any wiring or anything on this one. It just had that shape naturally. It's a beautiful tree. So these two Amur maple, the clumps, are definitely going to be market trees. They're really nice. Be good trees for someone's collection. So here's one of the birch trees from the shale pit. They get really interesting in the shale. Planning on going back this week and getting that birch tree, so stay tuned for that. So here's a tamarack that I'm not going to chop. I'm just going to let it get as tall as it wants to. And I love this red spruce in the square pot. It's done really nice. So I have quite a few pear trees that I started from seed. This one obviously I had wired. They're really good trees to start from seed. Same procedure with those, just put them in a wet paper towel in the fridge. They'll sprout in the fridge. Here's my thuja that I got from seeds from China. Trunk's getting really nice on it. Here's another one of the pear trees. Gonna be a nice one. Everything is just pushing bud right now. Really exciting time. Yes, it's a beautiful morning. Little leftover wind from the blow yesterday. We do live on Breezy Point. So there you go, there's an Easter look around. Hope everyone has a wonderful Easter. I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.